Okay, tubers, it is Tuesday, August the 12th. I have been harvesting these purple hull peas for about, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks. I've been grabbing some 5-gallon buckets at a time and taking them in and harvest and actually shelling them while I'm watching TV. But I'm going to show you how I pick these things and when to pick them, for those of you who don't know, and how to shell them and then how to can them. So we'll start with what we're picking, and I'll show you that in just a sec. Okay, tubers, you'll see that there's different stages in the development of these peas. This is a mature pea. This is not. I know some people tell you that it's okay to harvest these. These are hard to shell. I harvest them when they're almost completely purple or completely purple. A few of them you'll get that didn't quite fill out right. These are fine. They just don't have peas. Down at the end you'll have, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 peas in it. Where this one will be filled from one end to the other. It's the only difference. As long as they're completely purple, they're good to go. And I'll fill, I can grab 3 or 4 at a time. The way these are setting on the plants, you'll see that they're in bunches, and there is a bunch of them. I've already shelled about, I don't know, maybe 5 gallons of shelled peas. Anyway, let's get these shelled. Let's get these picked, and we'll shell them, and then we'll can them. Get out of here. Are you eating my peas, girl? Raven? Alright, folks, there's a little better than a half a row. I got a 5-gallon bucket. I'll keep picking these things. That's just one row. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 7 rows of purple hull peas, and they're about 100 foot long, a little better than 100 foot long. I got more peas this year than I've ever grown. But anyway, next year I'll have an automatic sheller. We'll take these in, show you how I shell them. Okay, tubers, this is my setup for shelling peas. Right. I have my peas here, my waste will go here, and my peas will go in here. Let's grab me a bunch of peas. And you see, I told you these are not ready. I was going to show you why. They're harder to open. And you have to kind of just tear them all up. They don't come out very well. I try and split them. Let all the peas fall down in here. And they're just harder to open and get all the peas out. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'll have to check. But here's one that's right. It is ready to go. Actually, that was really good. So if you just take one of the ends, and I like to take the one I tore from the plant. I took it from this end. Tear it, pull the string back, open it up, and pull it apart. And just drop them all down in there, throw the waste over here. Sometimes they don't, even if they're really purple, they're not easy to get apart. Most of the time they do though. Now here's one that looks like it's fully populated with peas, but it's not. That much of it from there down is empty, and that's all full. Some like this that are actually dried, and they're fine. I have almost, the peas in the inside are not quite as dry as the pod itself. I'll finish all these up and then we'll show you how to can them. You'll see I've got several of these. I got two more containers at least this big. Yeah, actually, one of them is about twice the size of this, full of peas. So I got a lot of canning to do. And I still haven't really even touched the black, purple whole peas out there. Got a lot of peas out there. Okay, the first thing I'm going to want to do is rinse the peas in the strainer, get them all cleaned up, make sure there's no debris in there other than peas. There's going to be little almost silky husks that came out of the pods. Along with those, I separate all that out to make sure that everything is nice and clean before it goes in the jars. And there's leaves. All kinds of garbage in here. Wash the peas. Now I'm loading the jars. Put them in about 1 inch from the top. Actually, to the edge of the rim here. Rolling. Okay. Alright, tubers. This is maybe the first time you've seen my bride. This is my wife Darlene. This is Mrs. Farmer Finster, for those of you who call me that. She's going to help us with the peas today. She just got back. She's been running around town and I asked her to help me out. So what she's going to do, as you see, we got all 14 jars filled with peas. She's going to add 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt to each jar. Yeah, she is the comedian of the family. All right, go ahead, Darlene, and add a half teaspoon to each one. And you want to make sure you, when you're doing this, be careful like she is. Make sure it's not getting on the rim and all going in.
Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to not do that.
But it looks like you're doing fine. And when she's done with this, she's going to be adding water from right there. Warm water to each jar. You'll see over there I've got my lids boiling, and the water for the pressure canner is also boiling and ready to go. So as soon as we get these done, we'll get the lids on them and get them into the canner and start the timer.
Did you tell them this was kosher salt?
This is kosher salt. It's all I use when I'm canning. And I know there's a reason why, but I don't know the reason why. I just know my grandma always said use kosher salt. Alright,
Okay, I'm supposed to be doing
now
this
she's going to add the water. And she's going to make sure all the air bubbles are out by using the little tool she has there to go around. The water will go to
I'll
within...
the water first and then do the...
You can.
Okay. Thank you.
Try and get over here where they can see that. You see she's filling it to the edge of the rim where the lid starts to tighten down on the ring. Actually, where the ring will come down to on the jar. That gives it a little headroom. Ow, sorry. Shook the camera, got bit by a mosquito.
In my house?
In your house.
Get more water.
Told you guys I married up. She's a little prettier than me.
Nah.
There's more water right
You
there
a fine looking man.
in that one.
I'm known as Big Mama these days. Can you get too much water in this?
Yes.
Okay, well some of these may have a little bit too much water.
Hey, if you
I
give
got
it a little,
floor happy.
we can get it a little out of there.
Does everybody know I am really just learning how to can and stuff, so I'm learning as you guys are.
She's learning from me. I think she's doing a great job.
Yeah,
Right.
you have to say that. You're stupid.
Now she's going to get all of the... This is a G-rated show.
Do you know if you got that or not? Okay, is that good? I mean, so I'm
Somebody will say something, I'm sure. So yeah, just get all the air bubbles out just like that. She's going to continue to do this, and when we get done, we're going to put the lids on and get them in the pressure canner. Toodles. Okay, tubers, we're ready to put the lids on. She's got the lids in the pan. They're hot, and what she's going to do is she's going to dip the edge of that napkin, paper towel, whatever you got, into the water, the hot water, and she's going to wipe the rim of each one of those jars just to make sure there's nothing on it, so that we get a good seal from that lid. And it is a little warm, so be careful. One of the things she did want me to tell you is while the jars sat with the hot water and the peas in it, some of the peas soaked up some of the water, and that's going to happen. And so we had to add a little more water. So you may want to let it sit for just a little bit, and then check it, and then add water if necessary. Alright, well, she's got them all wiped down, so now what she's going to do is add the lid. The way you do this, we bought this little kit. It's really nice. It's got a little magnet. See how she's putting it down on it? She's not touching the inside of that lid because we want that nice and sterile. That's good. She'll do that with each of these. And once she's done with that, we'll add the rings. See how she flipped that over? I have a talented bride, y'all.
I'm just cool like that. Well, I'm so too soon.
And the reason you heat these lids up, that is really to get that underside. Show them the underside of that. See that it's got a little rubber ring around it? You want that good and clean and also soft. It'll stick and seal to that rim. Plus, if there's any foreign debris or anything on there, you boil that all.
I don't think you have enough.
Oh, I don't?
Nope.
Well, get what you can, and then we'll get a couple more and heat them up to finish this off.
We need
2 more.
3 more.
3 more? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so show them how to put the rings on there.
So what did you say? You said I just...
Put them on and then tighten it down. Hold the jar and then tighten them with as tight as you can with a couple of fingers. Yeah, don't have to be real snug down on there. You don't have to crank a lot of pressure down on it because that ring is going to come off of there once they're canned. Doesn't have to be on there once the lid is sealed. You can pull. She's going to add the second layer. And once she's done with that,
right on top of the other jars?
right on top of that rack that's on top of the other jars. They should fit just
You know what I'm saying? Just
nicely.
Jar on top of jar?
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's supported. That whole rack will hold it no matter where you put them.
Okay.
Don't know what that timer's beeping for, do you?
No, something keeps on going off though. Okay.
Alright, well she's got them in there and I'll show you what that looks like. She did a great job.
Yay me! Yay!
Now we're going to just put the lid on it and we're going to allow it to vent. The lid has, I don't know if you can see this or not, it has a V, let's see, right there. And we're going to match it up with the V that's on the top of this lid. That allows it to go straight down. See how it fit? And then you just turn it. Like that. And I'm going to let it vent until the steam comes out of here. Can you see that? Yeah. Steam comes out of here for 10 minutes. Once it's vented for 10 minutes, we'll add the pressure weight here. You'll see it's been steaming for a while. We're going to watch that right there. When that plug comes up, that's about the time we're going to go ahead and put the weight on it.
Oh, that's up. It's like going.
Never seen before footage. Sound like Shark Week, huh? There it goes. All right, darling. Put the weight on.
I'm kind of scared. So I just take
Kind of approach it from the side.
Okay.
Kind of lean it onto it and then just drop it. Voila.
Yay.
All right, we will wait until this is up around 10 pounds. I don't know if you can even see that. I can't. But I hope you can.
Maybe
Once it's
go
at 10 pounds, we'll start the timer. Looking at the book, I'm supposed to do this for 40 minutes, so we're going to add 10 minutes. Make sure we add 10 minutes to the timer. And peas and purple whole peas and English peas for 40 minutes at 11 pounds. So we're up around 12. Just got to make sure we stay at 40 minutes. Okay, tubers. It has been 40 minutes at 11 pounds. So now we're going to turn off the stove and we'll let the pressure go down to 0. But before we, even though it may go to 0 on this, that plug back here, if that doesn't go down, we don't remove this lid for the weight. We'll wait for that to go down. It's too dangerous. Don't want this thing blowing up my wife's kitchen. You can see that we're at 0, and the little valve, little pressure plug or whatever you want to call that thing is down, so it is safe to remove. That. Open this up away from you and remove the peas. You'll see that they are still boiling inside. Can you see that? There you go.
Okay, here is 14 pints of purple whole peas. Just waiting on them to get to, get sealed good and everything. You can see some of them are like still boiling inside and stuff. So anyway, but once they're done, you'll hear some popping noises and stuff. And anyway, that about wraps it up. So go play in some dirt, grow you some purple whole peas, and God bless. Did I do that right, Chuck?
We did. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Not all gardeners have green thumbs. Some of them have purple thumbs. There's your culprit.